Wednesday morning, and let's talk to our friends from the Indiana Players. Three ladies. Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you with us. Kathleen Kearns, Heather Walton, Lizanne Porter, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd like to say that I remembered all that, but I had to write it down. So, Indiana Players, new production coming up, I assume?
Yes, we're here to let everybody know about our 9th annual One Act Festival.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 7 different one acts by 5 different playwrights and 5 directors and about 14 actors, 13 actors.
Yeah, boy, that's going to be a busy night.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me about the plays.
So we have a mixture. We try to mix, the type and the tone to make the evening more interesting. We have some satire. We have a couple shorter pieces that are more similar to sketches, sort of like Saturday Night Live kind of feel. We have a very touching, very sweet one. We have a dark piece. So we really have a little bit of something for everyone.
Yeah, and you said 7 different plays?
7 short plays.
7
but
short
it's
plays.
a short evening, including the intermission. You'll be out in an hour and a half.
7 plays means 7 directors?
There are 5 directors, so
Okay.
I'm doing double duty, and my husband is doing double duty.
And this, for folks who don't know, this is Kathleen talking to us right now. And so what are the ones you're involved in?
So I coordinated the festival, and then I'm directing one called The Downsizing and The Girlfriend's Office. So those are the 2 shorter ones that are more like satirical sketches. And then Michael's pieces have a little bit to do with some absurdism. And then Mary Jo Bowes both wrote and directed hers,
Ooh.
called Put Another Nickel, and that's one that has a lot of sweet and touching romance in it, you might say. We also have I'll let these ladies, they're both in one called Flox News. Do you want to tell us about that?
Heather? Heather?
Oh my goodness.
I just picked one out because Heather was alphabetically before Lizanne.
You're the one who's the talk show host of Flox News. Flox News is a gardening show that is fair and balanced for the conservative gardeners. It's kind of a satire. You have to have a good sense of humor, and we make fun.
Hadn't picked up on that. A home and garden show.
A gardening show.
Okay, it's a
Gardening
gardening
show.
show
Yeah,
for
we're gardeners.
It's a conservative gardening show.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, and you play whom?
I play Daisy Mugwort. Yes. I come on April Showers' show.
April
and
Showers.
Frank Snapdragon. And they interview me because I have been fired.
Oh, really?
Yes, from my job, and it's an outrage.
Oh,
Yes.
Lizanne's just laughing at it, just thinking about it.
And we should say Flox News is written by Martha and Peggy Buckley,
Oh, okay.
who've been here before because they're in many of the players' shows, but this time they're on the other side as playwrights.
So, Lizanne, you are April Showers.
April Showers, that's right.
There you go. So, when you got the script and you started looking over this thing, did you say, I am April Showers?
No, in fact, my daughter was the one who said that they couldn't have gotten much further away, which is
Really?
why it's fun. So it's a challenge.
So,
She's a little bit superficial, maybe, and I smile a lot, and I'm, as I say, it's a satire. My co-anchor is Frank Snapdragon, and he also is a bit of a caricature, we could say, the two of us up on stage, and we have Daisy Mugwort is one of 3 guests that we have on the show. So we have a few different issues we touch on, all to do with gardening, of course, because it's Flox News.
So your daughter looks at you playing this role. She says, wait a second, Mom is smiling. She's joking around.
That's nothing like Mom. Thanks, Todd.
No, your daughter said that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that must have been a blast.
You'll have to come see the play, and then you can see the other. I don't want to give too much away about other aspects of my character.
So which does your daughter prefer, April or you?
You would have to ask her.
Okay. And
I'll leave that up to her.
She's in school today.
Actually, they're done.
Oh, that's right. They're done.
It's early.
They're
She
done.
is-
So she's in bed.
No, actually, well, she probably is in bed, but she's in Canada
Oh,
with her
okay.
grandmother.
In
so
Canada.
she is on vacation already.
In Canada.
Lucky
Kathleen,
girl.
this sounds like so much fun. When we get to the 1X every year, it just sounds like it's a sort of a chance for everybody to let their hair down and just have some fun.
Absolutely. We do some pieces that are a little different than what we do during the rest of the year. Sometimes we take more chances, do things that are a little riskier. But it's a chance for people who don't have the time to commit to a long rehearsal process to be able to still be in something.
Yeah.
So the commitment is usually 5 weeks of, 5 nights of rehearsal a week, and not everybody can do that. So this is one that a lot more participants can be in. Also, it's a chance for new playwrights to get their works heard.
Yeah.
And it is a lot of fun. We try to keep it, fast-paced and fun. And we open tomorrow night.
Yeah, well, that was what I was going to ask next. What's the schedule?
So we open tomorrow. We don't usually perform on Thursdays, but we only do one weekend for the 1X. So we give you that extra night in case you're going away for the weekend. You don't have any excuse not to come out. So we'll be there tomorrow's Thursday, May 31st, 7:30. Also 7:30 on Friday, June 1st, Saturday, June 2nd. And then we have a Sunday matinee, June 3rd at 2:30 p.m.
Okay. All right. So it's a big weekend full of 1X. Heather, you're very quiet today.
It's kind of early.
Is it? Tell me about Daisy's issues. How did she get fired?
I don't want to give too much, but let's just say she was hired by an employer that she didn't quite have the same views with. And she was outraged and refused.
And what sort of gardener? Is she a flower gardener?
Of course.
Yeah, she raises flowers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I garden. And I plant all the correct flowers. Yes.
Correct
The
flowers.
correct flowers.
I understand.
Unlike
Before
my
this, I never
employer.
knew how controversial gardening can be.
Yeah,
It's
there
an
are
education.
Okay.
different gardens, wildflower gardens. And,
Some gardening's
goldenrod
even
and all that
racy.
stuff.
Racy garden.
Racy.
I don't want to get there.
Too early.
I just want to stay away. 7:52 in the morning. It's 8 away from 8 o'clock. So when these 1X come up, I would assume they're not just things that you're sorting through at the very end. That through the course of a year, you might come up with someone and say, "Oh, I'm going to save that for 1X." Is that how?
Absolutely. People get ideas through the year, and they can submit all year long, and then decisions are made in March. So, anybody could send us a script and say, I want to be considered.
Have you ever written one that's been done?
I have, it's funny. The one that I'm directing in my husband's, I realized it's something that he wrote a long time ago. And I was sitting at rehearsal one night realizing that was actually one that I came up with everything. And he just basically
He wrote it down?
typed and changed a little of the dialogue. So I'm like, wait a minute, that actually was mine. So
Seems
sometimes
also
I'm
familiar.
the idea person, yes.
Yeah. What about you, Heather Lisanne?
What was the question?
Writing.
Have you ever written one, or have you ever thought maybe I'd like to?
No, I'm not much of a writer. My husband's thought a little bit. One of the other directors we had was Heather Knar. Her husband, Nolan, wrote one of our plays, which is called Not Quite Perfect.
Never Quite Perfect.
Never Quite Perfect.
And she's directing it. So she's directing her husband's first play. So she has a lot of pressure on her.
She does. He's not seen it yet.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Martha and Peggy have seen our Flux News, which was kind of nerve-wracking for all of us, going, oh my God, the directors or the writers are watching us.
It would be nerve-wracking, especially if you have to live with the playwright.
Yes.
To be directing it, and then all of a sudden you find this out. Okay, so it's happening this weekend, actually starting tomorrow night.
Yes.
And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 7:30.
7:30 Thursday through Saturday, and then 2:30 on Sunday.
2:30 on Sunday, Philadelphia Street Playhouse.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Thank
Ladies,
you.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
It's
Thank you.
good to have you here this morning. See your smile, Lisanne.
Yep.
Your daughter just doesn't see it. She's in Canada, after all.
Yeah.
It's Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank, and it's WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.